To you, Dan Prouday live from the SEC Plaza. It's a great honor to bring to you today Dan Jarman, who's the chair of our board of directors for the OSU Alumni Association. Welcome, Dan. Tell us a little bit about the Alumni Association.
Well, first of all, Tyrell, it's very nice to be here today.
Thank
what
you,
a great
thank you.
day to be on campus in Corvallis.
Yeah.
This weather's amazing, the excitement. What's happening here is fabulous, so thank you for having me.
Glad to have you.
The Alumni Association has been around since 1873, and
Wow.
we're the entity on campus that basically coordinates all the activities of our alum. And there's 231,000 OSU alums globally, right? And so our efforts are broad-ranging, from regional events where we put on events to bring alumni together to talk about things important to Oregon State. Right now we're focusing on 6 cities on the West Coast.
West Coast, Best Coast strategy?
West Coast, Best Coast. It's Oregon, Washington, and California, right? We have things such as OSU Connections, which is great for the young alums or even those still in school so they can start thinking about their career pathway. Okay. Think of LinkedIn, for OSU, and I've had several people contact me, grads or even ones that are just still in school, to say, hey, look, you're in an area that I want my career path to be in. Can you help me? And I've done some mentoring through that, so it's a great way to be able to connect to OSU. I would encourage anyone who's a student here or a recent grad to get on OSU Connections. Some of the other things that the Stater magazine, you may not get it now as a student, but when you graduate, you will. And we've got more than 200,000 alums and friends of OSU.
And they just created the digital version.
The digital version just came out for those that don't want the paper, but if you love the paper and have it on your, on your coffee table at home, it's going to be there for you. We do travel events. We have the Beaver Caucus that does advocacy for OSU. It's important that we talk to policymakers about how important it is to invest in higher education, funding for higher education, support for students, and the special projects that are important to OSU, such as the development of the Cascades campus in Bend. So the Alumni Association does so much fun stuff, such as tailgaters at the football games. Remember, we got tailgaters this year at Pullman, Lubbock, Texas, and
Pullman's
Boone.
a nice place to tailgate at.
Yeah, it is. I've done it before. We were probably there together, right? Boone, North Carolina, too, for the big away game to Appalachian State. So if you're going to go watch those away games with the Beavs, OSU the alums are going to be there, sponsored by the Alumni Association to host you.
Thanks. First of all, I want to thank you for being a volunteer leader for the Alumni Association. Tell me a little bit about why it's important to volunteer and why do you do it?
I do it because, when I left OSU, I got a job in Washington, D.C., and I was, kind of far away from campus and far away from my friends. And we realized that there was a lot of OSU alums in D.C., but it wasn't really an organization, so we formed the D.C. Beavs. Back then it was get together and watch football games at a local bar, right? But we realized that we had so much in common and connection with one another. We could help each other in our careers. And I think, right out of school, kind of forming that connection to the Alumni Association. When I got back, it was, how can I give back? A lot of people helped me right when I graduated. And for me, it's like, I want to give back to our community, to our alumni community, to our OSU community. And all those things that I just mentioned that we do, those are fun activities, and it's good to be part of those.
Thanks for that. For our viewers watching today, engagement matters. So if you haven't got involved with the Alumni Association, now is the time to do it. Career networking. So Dan, tell us a little bit as we close, what are some of the challenges and priorities that we have for the Alumni Association for their project for the day?
So today the big thing is raising funds for the Alumni Association Scholarship Fund.
Okay.
Now, first of all, every cause today is great and worthwhile. And we hope you give to what matters most to you. But think about the Alumni Scholarship Fund and why that's important. A couple things. Our board met last week, and we raised $26,000 to match all the dollars that come in today. So please make sure those dollars those dollars are leveraged by our board. But what's really important is students, one of the top 3 reasons students don't graduate is because of the financial issues, and especially late in the career. So we're focusing these scholarship dollars on juniors and seniors so they can have the resources they need those last couple years of school to be able to graduate with little or no debt. And so we are giving these scholarships out to some amazing students. We had 3 of them meet with us this week when we had our board meetings. One is a Salem graduate off to law school next year.
Okay.
Another graduate is off to graduate school in McGill in Canada because she has a degree in water resources and wants to help solve the water challenges of small and rural communities in our country and in the world. And then a woman, a junior who's in finance, who's going to Austin, Texas this year for an internship in financial services.
Okay,
and
that's
so
a
those
broad
are
range of students.
Yeah, and it's so great to hear their stories because they will say, maybe I wouldn't be in the place I am now unless I got scholarship support. I just needed some extra help. And that's what these Alumni Association scholarships are for. And so our board is fully committed to this. We hope you'll be committed to this. If you don't have that perfect thing to give to on Dan Proud Day, think about our OSU Alumni Scholarship Fund.
Thanks, Dan. For those viewing today, make sure you check out the Alumni Association scholarships. Scholarships do matter. It's very important. Thank you, Dan.
It's great to be here, and have a great Dan Proud Day.
Thanks.